Welcome, welcome. We are here with our weekly training. Joanne Wright here, founder of Bottom Line Wealth, coming to you live. I'm just going to check here real quick. Today we're going to talk about systems. Systems. I just finished up a challenge getting started in real estate investing, and I've had quite a few conversations. And what I hear a lot of is, where am I finding the time to do real estate investing? And systems leverages your time. And let me help you understand this just a little bit. And you might say, well, of course, Joanna, but like what systems? I'm going to go over all of that real quick. And it's not what you think. It's not what you think. I do have a couple of things in there that I train my clients on because it holds them accountable to their goals, right? And I think that's the gap that's missing in this industry, is being held accountable to your goals, because we could squirrel all over the place. It's so easy to do with social media and everything that's going on. So work with me just real quick here. I want to go ahead and pull this up here. Having systems is one of the first things that I don't know, people don't think of. They're like, well, I'll do it when I can afford, or I'll do it when, you know, whatever. But these systems that I have in mind for you here today are things that everyone could do today for the most part, right? And you can take it to the nth degree, right? Like, so you could start small and you could grow with each and every one that I'm speaking of today. So again, I just finished up the 5-day challenge. So those of you that stepped in and had a great time learning how to get started in real estate investing, all the different steps that I help my clients to learn, congratulations to you all. I'm super excited to watch you guys grow because it's super passionate for me to help you create your own economic independence. And the only way you're really going to do that is through real estate investing. Seriously. If you guys are into Bitcoin or you're into the stock market, I mean, that is such a big gamble, such a big gamble. And it takes a while to really learn how all of that works. And it's still a huge, huge gamble. Anyways, a lot of people are stepping out of the stock market and jumping into real estate because it's a solid asset. So let's just concentrate on real estate. It is one of the safest assets out there. You can lose a shit ton in, well, I mean, a lot of people have in Bitcoin, right? But if you'd put that money into real estate, you'd have a different story. Okay. So one of the first things that I wanted to talk about in having systems, well, my REI Lead Generator that I have. Let me see, let me pull this up for you. I have this REI Lead Generator. Okay, let me just get rid of this real quick so you can just focus. But the REI Lead Generator, I have this link here. I'll put it in the chats. So the first thing I wanted to say is the leverage that it gives you, right? So when you're first starting out, you're like, what do I say? What do I do? How do I do this? So when you're first starting out, you have those questions. And in the REI Lead Generator, it actually walks you through those, right? So you're not guessing what to say. You're not guessing the questions that you need to ask the seller. The system tells you exactly the next step to do. So it makes you look like a pro right out of the gate. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, those of you that have made a couple of deals, you know, you're like, okay, well, now I'm strapped. I have 2 deals going on, and now what? So this is a not just a generator, but a follow-up system. It's a website, a CRM, a pipeline automated so that you know your next step. It's a personal assistant. It's an email campaign. The default one is set for pre-foreclosures, the verbiage. You can change it and make it to anything that you want. It has a calendar so people can automatically book to your calendar and go, hey, buy my house. The website itself is, let me just show you real quick. I have it up here. The website itself I thought I had it up.
Awesome.
No, I don't have it up. Anyways, it has a website where it says we buy houses, right? And it has, so you can sort of see it right here. We buy houses, and you can get it customized to you. So it can be, you know, Bob buys houses, it could be Sandy buys houses, whatever. So you get this website automatically created. You get my testimonials, you get my experience on here. So it makes you look like a pro right out of the gate. And you can completely customize it to your own. Maybe you have your own success going already. So this system is made to start real estate, to leverage your time, and then to scale, right? You can literally scale. You can have a whole sales team set up here because it's unlimited, right? It's the text messaging, it's email, it's a website, it's everything that you need to leverage your success in here. So that's the first thing that I wanted to address. You're able to scale with an acquisition team easily. You can set it up to where they're assigned leads that come in. So you could really take this to the nth degree, and it's super, super affordable. Like, it's ridiculous. So that's one way that you can leverage. The next one is one that people really get wrong. Really, this just sends people to the moon and back and go, what? And the reason is because we let our calendars just go. The only time most people put anything on their calendar is for a doctor's appointment so that they don't miss it, right? Whether you're writing it on the wall calendar or putting it into your phone calendar, we tend to only use it for doctor's appointments or kids stuff, right? So what I help my clients do is create a daily battle plan. And what that daily battle plan could look like, it could look like reviewing 10 deals, updating the market, right? Like, you could sit on the toilet first thing in the morning and scroll and check out the market, right? So you've already done the best step that you can, because most people are not on top of the market and they don't know what's going on. Reviewing deals. If you're not reviewing deals and making offers, you're not in business. You're not about your real estate thing. Okay. The fastest way you're going to get there is by making this plan. Make 3 calls a week, make 1 offer a week. The system can literally help you make 10 offers a week if you want, or more. The system is unlimited, so you could do whatever you want with it. But this is a way you can leverage, 8 to 15 hours a week on a side hustle. Some of you are working a W-2 and can't get the time to do your real estate investing, as some say, right? And I've also seen, where people are like, oh, did you binge watch on this Netflix thing? I'm like, you know what? All that time you spent binge watching on Netflix, if I could speak, you could have been reviewing deals, making calls, making offers. I know it's not as fun and brain dead. It actually takes some forethought to do, but the more you do it, the easier it's going to get. Okay. And if you're serious about creating your own wealth, making a difference for your family, your generational wealth, or even just for you, right? Like, let's just start with you. Put the oxygen mask over you first, so then you can help your family. Okay. If you're serious about that and learning how to keep more of the money you make, because the money matrix around here is totally rigged. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but the government's here to keep you broke and rely on them. That really is the bottom line. I don't care how political or non-political you are. I don't care which side you're on. None of that makes any difference to me. What makes a difference to me is that you create your own economic independence, so you don't rely on anybody, right? Don't rely on anybody but yourself. Okay, now I leverage a lot of people, don't get me wrong. There's leverage and then there's rely. There's a difference. This is not a lone wolf game. You need a team to do all of this, okay? But leverage is where it's at. And if you're not putting in your calendar what you're going to do every day, Maybe you have 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there. I had one client during lunch break or during the day would get a text from a seller, and she'd run to the bathroom. She probably looked like she was sick because she go into the bathroom so much, but she would run to the bathroom and text or do whatever she had to do to make it happen. Right? So it's your drive that's really the question. If you tell me you don't have time, there's several ways to leverage. You just need to manage your time. Okay. We all have the same 24 hours. So don't think anyone's got it any better than the next. Don't compare yourself. Just take your road and move it forward. Okay. So there's ways to leverage. The next thing I want to address to making, this is a system of consistency, right? I told you it's not going to be the same thing that you would think. Systems, you're thinking software or whatever. So yes, the first one was software. Because let's face it, that's what's going to make our world go round a whole lot faster is automation. Okay. But think and grow rich. Think and grow rich. I'm really not speaking well today. Chapter 9. So I did a challenge with my mentor, and he challenged me to read chapter 9 of Think and Grow Rich. Okay. I'll show you that here. That is, if you could see that or not, but Think and Grow Rich. Okay. This is the book. Get the book and read chapter 9. So the challenge was to read chapter 9 every day for 30 days. And if you miss a day, you have to start over. It has to be consistent 30 days. So I took this challenge and my life completely changed. I was already changing it anyways, but it took it to another level of, maybe I haven't been as persistent as I should have been, right? Consistent as I should have been. So all of those things are covered in chapter 9, and, taking it to a level of, like, how do I really make this work for myself? And truly the answer is consistency. It's consistency. So, you could take that right back to my original statement. It's consistency. It's daily battle plan, market update, reviewing deals, making calls, making offers, right? Being persistent. And being persistent is what one of my clients, Maria, it's so funny. She was so persistent with this particular probate deal. So the guy had to get the death certificate, and it's been a couple of months. She's like, well, what's going on? What's going on? She kept texting him. She didn't hear back, and she called him. So here's the difference. I want you to hear this. Here's the difference. There was texting and email. She picked up the phone and called and made the difference. Okay. So calling is one of your best resources. They want to connect with a human being. They want to talk. They don't want just like robotic messages in text or email. And they go, hey, how's it going? They want connection, human connection. That is the biggest sales tool in the world. People love to be belly to belly and shoot the shit, they call it, right? Belly up to the bar and let's talk, or, all those different things. But so now her deal's moving forward because he's like, oh yeah, I need to do this. And I just got, sidetracked. And so the deal's still good. Most people would have given up. Most people would have given up after the third or fourth text or call. Right? And so, you have to be persistent. Okay. So another client of mine didn't do a deal for a whole year, was ready to give up, but he was persistent all year, and it finally came to fruition. And now he's retired after 5 years. So not quitting, right? When life gets tough and confusing, just get a mentor. That will cut your frustration and time in half. And some of you might say, well, I don't have money for a mentor. Well, then you have no business in real estate or any business at that juncture, right? Create it. There's funding options. There's way to use other people's money that you can get financing. There's ways to make it happen. Don't let money be the reason you don't move forward. I teach my clients several ways to acquire real estate with no money out of pocket. Okay, making creative offers. So get clear on your goals, get consistency in your business, right? And people say, well, I'm just a W-2, I don't have a business. No, real estate investing is a business. So if you want to start saving more money, right, keeping more of the money that you make through tax strategy, you need to be a small business. So I geek out on the tax and legal side of things. If you are a small business and a real estate investor, you can pay next to zero in taxes. Yes, you can. We do. And this is how the rich get richer, because we understand tax law. Once you understand that and you can navigate it, the world is your oyster. Okay, you can create your own economic independence. Okay, so know that you're the long-term go-to gal. That was what was spoken to me. If you're not consistent in your market and out there, and they don't know that I'm the go-to gal to buy their house, then they're not going to refer to me. So one of the deals that I got in Atlanta was referred to me because I'm the go-to real estate person that they knew that would buy the deal or handle the deal, whatever needed to happen to the deal, right? So there's a whole showing up process, right? That we get to do. And most people don't. So they are the secret agent or the secret investor that nobody even knows about, best kept secret, right? So you have to know that you're the person, the go-to person. Every single week, call, email, either your team member or potential sale. Be top of mind in the market that you chose. So not everybody chose their own backyard. Some people chose different states to invest in. Be top of mind when you're speaking to multiple realtors. They go, oh my God, Maria's the person to go to because she's been calling, we've been connecting, and I know she wants this 3-bedroom, 2-bath type price point, right? So you are the top of mind awareness to your market, to your realtors, to your team. They need to know. You got to be clear and consistent, clear on your goals, and consistency will win the race every single time. And I do have clients that didn't close on real estate because they were ping-ponging all over the place. They chose one state for single family, and then they ping-ponged to another state for single family. And then they chose multifamily, and then they chose, they just kept changing all the time. Well, nobody's going to refer to them because they're not specializing in a niche, right? They're not specializing in wholesale in this county, in this type of product, right? Which could be a single family in, a certain area. But not a single family in this area. Like, you got to be really clear on your goals so people know to refer to you, especially realtors, right? If you can't be clear with a realtor so that they can give you deals, then you're not going to be the go-to person, right? You're not going to be the long-term go-to gal. So set a routine and stick to it and tweak every 90 days, right? So I help my clients to build a plan, a 90-day plan. My mentorship is 12 months and we take it in 90-day increments, right? And tweak it along the way. What's hot, what's not, what's working. How do you feel about this? Do you like this market? Maybe we move a little bit down the pond like I did for one of my clients. So she's still pretty much in the same area, but we moved her a little bit down the pond because there wasn't that much fish to fish in to acquire houses. So learn to tweak, to pivot, but don't go off of your goals, right? Your end goals, okay? Stop chasing bright and shiny objects. If you need help with it, I have a Get More Stuff Done in the group. It's in the guide section. It's in the guide section. It helps you to understand how to be focused. We set alarms on your phone and do different fun things so that you can stay focused, because I think we're all ADHD to some degree, if not already diagnosed. Social media kind of makes us that way. We're like tweaking this way and always getting squirrely and like, I was supposed to do this yesterday and it never got done. So get my guide to help you. There's like 11 steps to getting more stuff done. So it's pretty powerful. So go ahead, if you're in the Facebook group now, go over to the guide section and find the ebook, right? So it's pretty easy to find. Okay. And the last thing I'm going to go over in closing here is, you guys got the book, is mentors, right? Getting a mentor. Mentors are here to strategize with all the data that you consume. Speaking of social media, right? People Google tube all day long. They're like, well, I listened to this person and I listened to that person and I'm on this podcast and blah, 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 blah. It leaves you in utter chaos mentally. And then you're like, I don't know where to start, right? Or you started down one road and then you heard this podcast and go, oh, I should go over here. And then you heard another podcast. You're like, oh, I should go over here. And then you got that squirrely brain, right? Mentors are here to help gather all the data that you got from Google tubing and strategize with you, okay? To keep you safe, hold you accountable, and give you next steps. And to celebrate with you too, right? To celebrate with you. Because what good is doing any of this if we can't celebrate some wins? You have to condition your mind to celebrate wins because it's not natural, right? You're a winner showing up here. You're a winner even joining the group, trying to change your life. That's a huge win. Okay, so pat yourself on the back. You're taking steps. Take those next steps, right? How I'm helping my clients to buy more real estate with less money so you could retire when you desire. That is my whole mission, right? I'm filling the gap with the Google tubing so you can learn how to acquire and get more real estate and how building more economic independence will give you that generational wealth. Okay. So looking for that generational wealth, you're not going to get it if you're never consistent in doing the steps, putting in your calendar and making things work for you, leveraging, right? So just a quick little recap of how systems can save you, right? Systems can save you. They could leverage you, but they can also derail you if you don't know how to use them. So get a mentor. Don't just assume you know how to work them. Do the Think and Grow Rich challenge so that you can learn how to be more persistent and consistent, right? And hopefully you guys got some value here today. Just go ahead and type value in the comments, or if you have any questions about what we covered here today. There's so many, I'll put the REI Lead Generator system in the comments so you guys could check it out. But basically, we're here to just help you move forward. We're here to make you move forward. I have a webinar coming up, how to create generational wealth and keep more of the money you make. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and type webinar in the comments and I'll get you on the waiting list. All right, I hope you're having a great day. If you are #replay, go ahead, put replay in there and we'll see you in the next training. Bye.